The Sofia Gray Show.
Happy holidays, listeners and kinky friends. Welcome to the Sofia Gray Show, where we discuss all things sex, kinks, and fetishes. From the sex stories to the latest trends in the erotic world, we talk taboo transparently. This podcast is brought to you by Sofia Gray, the largest used underwear marketplace. I'm Lacey Bloom.
And I'm Tracey Bust.
And today we are about to get 12 shades of kinky.
Oh, I like it.
Today we celebrate the 12 days of Kinkmas. A new kink for every day, you know.
My favorite time of year.
Right.
It's holiday season or holiday season. Do you like that? Hoes are great. I didn't mean it.
Ho. Yeah.
Exactly. I meant it in a complimentary way.
Absolutely.
I'm a hoe. Yeah.
Now, I know this holiday season's probably looking a lot different than other holiday seasons for everybody, wherever you are. And, you know, whether you're spending the season alone or with a partner or with some partners, you know, safely, of course, there are still a lot of ways that y'all can get down with yourselves. And
absolutely, yeah.
We are firm advocates on this podcast for trying something new. So
I know I might try some of these new things. I'm very excited to hear these things.
Absolutely. So just think of this as like inspiration for your naughty Christmas list or whatever holiday you celebrate. So anyway, but the 12
Hot Hanukkah.
Hot Hanukkah. Kinky
Naughty
Kwanzaa. But we've got a list of 12 kinks, something that you can try every day, you know, leading up to, whatever holiday you celebrate. And, you know, this is a way to mix it up and let you get into the Christmas spirit, or, you know, let the Christmas spirit get into you.
Love it. I love it.
Oh, gosh, this is too much. I'm so sorry, everybody. But anyway, let's start with the first day of Kinkmas, because on the first day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a spank delivered over bent knee. Where do you stand when it comes to spanking, Tracey?
I mean, I love it. Like, I feel like I love playful spanking. I'm not the biggest fan of being spanked over a bent knee. I prefer to be straddling someone while spanking because it feels more powerful to me. Or standing. Yeah, no, I try it. Like, but spank it up. For me, it's just like spanking for me is like kissing a little bit of just like, that's what we do. Like,
yeah, I've always been a fan of it, specifically in like doggy style, just during sex. But I mean, the great thing about spanking is that it can be erotic, it can be silly, it can be intense, passionate, serious. I mean, really, it can add to a BDSM scene, or it could just be something spur of the moment. So the thing to think about when it comes to spanking is hand placement. So your hand placement, or the aim with your favorite paddle or flogger, whatever you decide to use, really does make a difference. So for a lighter smack, you want to go for the fleshiest area of the butt cheeks. I mean, makes sense. It's like a little bit meatier. You're not going to have as hard an impact. And avoid too close to the top where you get to your lower back, because that can be a little too close to the tailbone.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to do that.
Oh, gosh. And I know you and I have talked about back injuries before, and they are horrendous. That is not something I wish on anybody, let alone during the holidays. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Avoid the back, avoid the tailbone. But if you want to try something with a little bit more of a sting, the area right below the butt cheek, so like the underside of the cheek, that's going to be a little bit more sensitive.
Yeah,
so
that's definitely the place if you like a sting.
Yeah, exactly. But I personally like to mix it up when it comes to spanking. Like, I want to keep somebody on their toes, and I want them to do the same to me. So I say vary it up. But again, you know, to each their own.
Yeah.
So on the second day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a pair of leather gloves.
Ooh.
I just love leather.
You do. I didn't know that about you.
Like, sorry, PETA. I love leather. I love the way it smells.
Yep.
I love the way it feels. There's so much you can do with leather too. Like, I mean, you can wear it. You can use a leather flogger. You can, like we said, have some leather gloves, some leather lingerie. I don't think I have the budget for some leather lingerie, but someday it is on my list.
I mean, I guess, is there pleather? I guess there's pleather.
Right,
there certainly is. But I mean, which I guess might be less expensive
for sure. And obviously it's going to be more environmentally friendly as well. So I mean, if that's a concern, that's definitely something that you can adjust for. But I definitely understand why there are so many people aroused by leather, because it feels so good. And honestly, it makes me feel confident.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Very powerful. So I like to dress for power, and I think leather is a great way to do that. I know I have a leather bustier. Ooh. And definitely a splurge for sure. But oh God,
Worth
it just
Worth
makes
it.
me feel so good. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's buying yourself a little something to feel extra sexy this holiday season, even if you're by yourself, because I know when I wear my best lingerie, I feel fantastic. So
I love lingerie. I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's my favorite thing in the world. It's my, and I spoil her. I spend too much money on lingerie, actually.
No such
thing. My accountant is like, no, I'm kidding. I don't go to an accountant.
I was going to say, if you have an accountant, and you can say, my accountant thinks, that means that you have the money to splurge on lingerie.
Right. That's true. Yeah. It's funny because I was like, my accountant is myself, is my inner critic.
She's the angel and the devil.
Exactly.
Now, on the third day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me rope to bind me to the bed.
Why not?
Oh, bondage. I mean, it's one of those things, like, bondage, I feel like, is when people think of, kinky sex, BDSM. I think bondage is kind of the first thing that comes to mind for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And whether we blame that on, the 50 Shades of Grey franchise or...
I know. It's so complicated, 50 Shades, because it's like... It's so detrimental, but it's also good. I don't know. We've talked about it. But yeah.
We've talked about, and it's true. But I mean, I've given a gag gift of handcuffs to people for like their bachelorette party. Or, I feel like a lot of bachelorette parties. I was going to a lot of those for a while. But yeah, if you're looking for the best way to add like a little heat to, a little Christmas Eve love sesh, then maybe tie up your lover on the couch and tease them. If you do want to try something a little different, we recommend checking out the Dutchie, which is a great website that's kind of our go-to place to learn new bondage techniques. They show you different ways to tie the rope. And it's, really, there's so many to choose from. So why not mix it up? And then if you're not partnered up this year, like I know so many people aren't, especially during the pandemic, that's okay. We've also got you covered with our Sofia Gray solo bondage play guide. So be sure to check that out too and see how you can gift yourself a rope to bind you to the bed. Yeah.
Listen, I'm all about getting yourself presents.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I feel like this year especially, we just need them. I'm not even waiting till Christmas. I'm getting myself gifts all year long in 2020.
Yeah.
We deserve it just for making it through this year.
Totally.
So on the fourth day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a gag so I won't be heard.
Awesome. Again, that's also a gift you can give yourself too.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. Gags are one of those great DIY gifts too.
Yeah.
If
you get someone a scarf, not a scarf, but because they might get a little fuzzy. But you tie yourself up with a scarf or like a different, like depending on the material.
Exactly. And obviously there are, common gags that you can purchase, like ball gags, bit gags. There's bondage hoods, BDSM masks. If you are newer to gags, there's, beginning training kits with different size balls. But, like we said, there's also nothing wrong with stuffing some of your, used panties into your lover's mouth. So, the list is endless of what you could accomplish. Just make sure that you're being safe when it comes to using gags and you have some sort of body language safety precaution. Like, since they won't be able to use their safe word if they are gagged. But yeah. So, all right. On the 5th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a vibrating cock ring.
Yeah, of course.
I love it. Men and penis, I was about to say penis wearers. Penis
havers. Or wearers. There are wearers out there. Why not?
This is true. But if you have a penis, you deserve to have fun and play with toys just as much as those with vaginas do. I feel like we put so much emphasis on vibrators and dildos and anything that's insertable, but we kind of leave out things for the penis itself so often, too often, really. And so cock rings are great, and they're great for both partners. If you are, partnered up with somebody. I feel like most people know what they look like and where they go, but that's pretty much all people think about with cock rings. So here's like a quick little crash course just so you know why you need a cock ring this Christmas.
Okay.
And so the way cock rings, that is a tongue twister. Cock ring. The way cock rings work.
Cock ring. Sorry, I just wanted to try.
So essentially, without a cock ring, blood flows into the penis, makes it erect, and flows back out once they orgasm or they lose their erection. And cock rings are there to restrict that blood flow or that blood from flowing back out of the penis once it's hard. So basically, this is making the erection last longer. And so if you're wondering about what they're made of, most cock rings are made of silicone, but they can be made from metal or other materials. And there are adjustable ones. There's anal play cock rings for couples, which usually vibrate. Those are the ones that I'm a fan of personally. And then there are just the, plain circle silicone cock rings that look a bit like hair ties, but they're not. So so the added benefit of a cock ring isn't just extra time and a little added sensation for the guy, but there are also cock rings that have vibrating bullets attached to stimulate the balls, or at the top to stimulate the clitoris. There are so many options to choose from. So check them out. It would be a gift for both of you. And I love giving gifts that also, give a little something back to me too. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely.
Moving on. This one might be my favorite.
Okay.
On the 6th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a role that was meant for playing. Now, I don't know if it's just like the actor in me, like the performing side coming out, but like, I love role playing.
Why not? Listen, sometimes, some of the best gifts that you can give aren't necessarily material things, but they are the love. You know what I mean? That's intended at material things. Experiences, that's the word.
Yeah.
That's the word.
I liked where you were going with that. The love. That's the romantic role play for sure.
Romantic role play. The pain, the love, the pain, the pleasure.
Yes. All mixed up.
Yeah.
Shaken, not stirred. But I'm with you. I've started giving a lot more gifts the last few years, even with family and friends that are more experience oriented, just because I think they're a lot more memorable. And I think the same rules apply when it comes to something like role playing with your partner, because I don't know. I feel like I'm much more likely to remember a particular evening where, you know, my partner dresses up like Santa and we bring to life a North Pole fantasy than I am an Apple Watch that he gives me. So
of course, yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Although if Santa pulled an Apple Watch out of his sack, I wouldn't be disappointed. But just saying.
I'm thinking about the mechanics of that, and I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, however you like to role play things, you know, whether it's pizza delivery guy who wants to be paid in something other than cash, or you know, the tried old favorite of the repairman who has to come fix the pipes.
Yeah.
The list is endless, so you know, have fun. Another thing too when it comes to role playing is if you wanted to get a little more intense with the scene, you could reenact some of your favorite pornos.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I love that.
Because I know I love to watch porn with a partner, so it'd be kind of fun to like watch it together,
memorize your lines,
make some notes, and then you know kind of plan out this like scene to play out. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So
that's a lot of fun. Or like surprise. You know, what'd be great is like you watch a porn with your partner, and then you like they walk in and you surprise them dressed up as that character. Like, do you know what I mean?
See if how long it takes for them to kind of like jump in.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fun prank instead of like a stupid one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm here. Sexy pranks all the way. I'm here
pranks.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, on the 7th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a wand for e-stimming. Yeah, girl, buzz. Buzz. So e-stimming is short for erotic electro-stimulation, and this is definitely one that's an acquired taste. This isn't necessarily something that's in my personal wheelhouse, but basically there are wands that you can gently, or, you know, not so gently, use to run along your partner's body, sending a smooth electric current as it goes. So that might sound scary to some people. It might sound riveting and exciting to others, just like any toy does. What I do like about these e-stimming wands, though, is that they can be safely used by yourself as well. So
yeah, I don't have a wand, but I have a TENS machine, TENS, which is a stimulation. Like people use it for you know, if they hurt their back or something.
Yeah, for injuries.
For injuries. Yeah. But they do sell like sex ones, but they're so expensive. And so that's why I'm like, oh, someone recommended me just get like the cheap one or whatever that people use when they hurt their back. And I put the patches on like either side of like my labia, and it like adds so much. And honestly, it sounds so scary, but it like the first time I was like horrified. I was like, oh my God, I'm doing this. But it's like honestly nothing to be afraid of. Like, and I know I can't tell people how to feel, but you know, I really will say nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just because it's a little different. Like you might have the expectation that it's the same as a vibrator, but it's not.
Yeah.
And then some people might go the opposite route where they think, oh, I can't afford a wand, so maybe I'll play around with like a shock toy or a shock collar, but like that's not recommended because e-stim toys are made specifically for erotic play and they're designed with human touch in mind, but shock toys and shock collars are not. So if you do decide that you want to give it a go and, you know, grab yourself a wand for e-stimming, definitely invest, like go the route of getting something good. A
wand, I would say don't like do a, you know, whatever, like don't go my route and get a TENS machine, but like because like I don't know, but I'm just saying like with wands I would say if that's what you want, definitely do it.
Treat
one
yourself
purely for sex.
Now on the 8th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me sex good enough for filming.
Aww.
This is another great one that we've talked about in previous episodes, but also that you can do by yourself. This can absolutely be a solo filming experiment, or this can be something between you and your partner. And whether you decide to upload it somewhere and, you know, make a go at some homemade amateur porn, that's up to you. And there are definitely sites that are great for that. Obviously, we have sites like Pornhub. We also have a great article on Sofia Gray about Lustery, which is one of my new favorite porn sites for amateur porn. And, you know, that's fine. But you could also just keep it super on the down low and make this film for the two of you, or just yourself to
Why not?
pull out on a rainy day. Did you like how I slid pull out into that sentence?
I love it. For the money shot? Oh, yeah.
Okay. On the 9th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a night of erotic dancing.
Why not?
Yes. Now, okay, I have to ask you, have you ever taken an erotic dance class or like a pole dancing class?
I have, yeah. I will tell you this, though. I felt like I didn't feel too sexy in the beginning because I was like a little overwhelmed. But then once I got to the end, like I was like, because it was like they were so cool and nice, and it was like super beginner, so like everyone was in the same boat. And so then by the end, like we were like, yeah. But I just remember in the beginning, like they were showing us like the initial moves, and I had this like overwhelmed look on my face, and she was like, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I took exactly 3 classes, and only one of them was a pole class. And I think the one that made me feel the sexiest was actually an all floor class, and where we learned a routine that's completely you laying and like rolling around on the floor. And
I like floor stuff too. Yeah,
I loved it. But so whether, you know, you want to pick a song that you love or a song that just makes you, you know, want to shake your hips, it makes you feel sexy, confident, whatever it is, you know, and then you'll want to practice a little bit because, you know, this could be a whole choreographed, steamy, sensual striptease or lap dance that you give your partner. And I'm talking to the men and women and non-binary, everybody out there. I mean, this is not something specifically for women. Like, I would love nothing more than to be greeted by a Channing Tatum, like, magic mic dance on Christmas morning.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can imagine that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love
sexy Santa Christmas morning striptease. That's what I want. That's what I want for Christmas.
That's better than, instead of just crawl out from under the tree and be like, this is your present.
Oh gosh, yeah, and he pops out of a box like,
and then like, Siri, turn on song, and then
yeah, that's true. What would be your go-to striptease song? Like, what do you think would be the one that you would dance to?
The song that one of the songs that we did like in class was the Rihanna song Work, and so that's like my song. That's like the first song I'll think of, and so like anytime I hear it, I'm like doing the moves in my head. So yeah, I guess that song.
That's a good one. You know what's funny too is I'm thinking of that other song that I think is also called, it's called Work From Home by Fifth Harmony. That one's pretty hot, but I'm a huge fan too of there's a Lizzo song that's on the softer side, like it's a little bit slower. And I am blanking on it, but I think it's called Lingerie. And
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I just love that. And I like a good slow striptease. So
yeah.
I think that'd be a good one to put a good show on for. And if you're thinking that you have no idea like how to put this together, like what to wear, how to dance, what music to do, believe me when I say that there are plenty of tutorials online, including holiday themed ones. And when it comes to clothing too, don't overthink it because, you know, I mean, I find it just as sexy to see somebody naked as I do to see them in just like an unbuttoned loose shirt or, you know, I mean, so don't overthink it. Sexy means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So
yeah,
just consider your audience, who you're performing for. I think they'll be excited either way. Okay, we're almost at the end. On the 10th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a show worthy of peeping.
Aw.
Aw, I love, was that the most romantic one yet?
Yeah. Because it's like watching porn together. It's very sweet. Very sweet.
I mean, here's the thing. People like watching sex. People like watching things they think might lead to sex. People like watching things they find attractive. And watching porn together is generally bound to get both you and your partner in the mood for some frisky fun.
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever had an encounter where I've sat and watched porn with somebody and that was it. Like,
no. Oh my God. I mean, maybe, but we can't speak for everyone, but
right. I mean, because the whole purpose is that you're getting excited. If you're watching with somebody else, they're getting excited, and then you're getting excited by their excitement, and they're getting excited by your excitement. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of fun. So, watching porn together, always a good bet. Also, if you want to get a little creative and love the power of a good tease, maybe you're going to bind your partner to a chair and let them watch you pleasure yourself.
That's fun.
That could be fun. Here's another thing that I love, and I think we've talked about this in a previous episode, is I always think it's kind of fun to sneak into another room. So maybe they're making breakfast and you're in the bedroom and you call them or send them a quick picture or video of you getting started by yourself, because let me tell you, those pancakes are gonna be burning 10 seconds later when they make a mad dash to join you in the bedroom. So there's a lot of things that you can do, and if you are single this holiday season, that's okay. You can still have some fun by maybe treating someone to a sexy solo cam session online. And there are plenty of sites for that. There are apps for that. This could be, you know, it can be a treat for you just as much as it is for a stranger even. Because we all deserve a little holiday cheer this season. So, all right. On the 11th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me wax that will need some wiping.
Yeah, we talked about wax play.
Oh, yeah. We love wax play. Wax play, I mean, let's be honest, holidays, romance.
Oh, yeah, candles.
Candles.
I didn't think of that.
Setting the mood. I mean, candles are great because I feel like candles are so sweet and romantic, but then wax play can also be about temperature, pleasure, pain. I mean, there's so much variety that you can do with candles. And, you know, whether you want to indulge yourself in some wax play candles or you decide to DIY something a little bit more spontaneously, you know, adding little wax can, here we go, heat things up.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. The puns are just rolling off the tongue. Along with I was going to do something else.
I feel like, I feel like our puns today are like what our parents are. We're doing like parent puns, but sexy and and not awkward. Where am I going with this? Oh,
and we're referencing parents in our discussion about kink.
I know, guys. I've had too much eggnog.
Oh, and we finally made it to the end. The fulfilling 12th day of Kinkmas, which on the 12th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a new way of coming. So this one's a little open-ended because this is going to be the time where, you know, it's the final day. You can reflect
Yes.
on the last 11 days. And
how did I feel about the last 11 days? Yes.
Exactly. Look back, see how things have gone, and also how can you make this last orgasm? I mean, obviously.
Well, the last orgasm you'll
not
ever
the
have.
Last. That sounds like a
oh my God, it sounds like you're on death row or something.
It sounds like a tragic documentary, The Last Orgasm. But how can we make this last orgasm of the 12 days of Kinkmas the best one yet? We're building up to numero 12, because I don't know. What's 12 in Spanish? Numero dos? I don't know. I'm mixing my French and Spanish. Apologies to the bilingual listeners. But there are so many ways of orgasming, which we, hopefully are all aware of. But this would be a great moment to treat yourself and or your partner to a new way of reaching that peak. So it could be maybe experimenting with some breath play. It could be doing some edging, and we know how arousing that can be, the whole roller coaster of anticipation.
Absolutely.
We've talked about nipple orgasms before. Maybe you want to finally master the art of squirting. I mean, there are so many things. It's basically it's like if you were looking at the bingo board. It's the free space in the middle. You've gotten all the other ones on the board. This is the last one. Do what you will with it. So consider this your free space. So I have a question for you, Tracey, and that's with, the 12 days of Kinkmas, there is, of course, a song that goes along with it. And I'm wondering if this is something that we should treat our listeners with, seeing as this is our last episode of the season before we come back in 2021. So is this going to be our gift to the listeners?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a material gift, so, and I can't sing. So this is like an opposite gift, but I'll give it to you anyway.
Okay. And just to be clear, for the 12 Days of Kinkmas jingle that, by the way, we have featured on sofiagray.com. So if you decide that this is
the lyrics are out there.
If this is a song you yourself want to share with your friends and family, feel free to do so. It is there for you and your, I was going to say arousal and enjoyment all at once. I'm not sure if that's the proper combination, but I will say that we are going to start from the 12th day of Kinkmas because that song in general,
it's like a 24-hour song.
It's so true. Okay, so this is
ready?
Here we go. Ready?
Okay.
On the 12th day of Kinkmas, my lover gave to me a new way of coming, wax that will need some wiping, a show worthy of peeping, a night of erotic dancing, sex good enough for filming, a wand for e-stimming, a role that was meant for playing, a vibrating ring. Ooh, good harmony.
Yeah, that was good. Real good. Okay.
A gag so I won't be heard. Rope to bind me to the bed. A pair of leather gloves. And a spank delivered over bent knee. I will leave it at that.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Holidays.
Stay kinky. Whether you're looking to buy or sell used panties, Sofia Gray has got you covered. If you want to earn some extra cash, you can set up your own shop in minutes and start selling your own used underwear. And they take no commission. You'll keep 100% of every single sale that you make.
If you got a kink for used panties and you're looking to buy your next pair, look no further. Oh, and the whole process is completely anonymous. Sofia Gray will never share, store, or archive your personal information. The name Sofia Gray won't even appear on your bank receipt. So head on over to sofiagray.com to start selling or buying used panties now.
If you're a fan of the podcast, we hope you'll subscribe on your favorite podcast streaming platform. You can also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts to let us know what you think. And while you're at it, feel free to share your feedback or questions by sending us an email to podcast@sofiagray.com. Until next time, I'm Lacey Bloom.
And I'm Tracey Bust.
And we're here to say, let them be kinky. There's no kink shaming here.